Welcome to Recognised, where we explore authority, credibility, and the gap between being good at what you do and being recognised for it. Today, I want to talk about Emma Grede, because I think there's something she understands about visibility that many founders still completely underestimate. And interestingly, I think the current conversations surrounding her prove the point. There's been a lot of discussion recently about Emma Grede's comments on motherhood, visibility, ambition, and work. Some people strongly agree with her. Others find her perspective frustrating or provocative. But I think focusing on whether she's right misses something much more interesting. Because regardless of where people land emotionally, Emma Grede clearly understands that visibility is not simply attention. It's leverage. One of the more fascinating things about Emma Grede for me is that she often downplays visibility itself. She argued that visibility without substance means very little, that businesses need operational excellence behind them, that hype alone isn't enough. And to be fair, she's absolutely right. But what's interesting is that she has simultaneously helped build businesses through one of the most powerful visibility ecosystems in modern culture. The Kardashian and Jenner ecosystem isn't incidental to the success of brands like Skims. It's infrastructural. And that distinction matters enormously because businesses don't grow inside neutral environments. They grow inside attention systems. Visibility changes how quickly people become familiar with something, how quickly trust forms, and how quickly products spread culturally. Would Skims potentially still have become successful without Kim Kardashian's visibility? Possibly. But it's difficult to argue that it would have scaled at the same speed without the cultural infrastructure surrounding it. Visibility compressed time. And in business, time compression has enormous value. I think this is where many founders still misunderstand visibility completely. They often reduce it to vanity, self-promotion, or superficial marketing. But psychologically, visibility operates much deeper than that. There's a concept in psychology called the mere exposure effect. Essentially, the more often we encounter something, the more familiar and trustworthy it tends to feel. Human beings are naturally drawn toward what feels recognisable to them, particularly in environments overloaded with information. Which means visibility is not only about being seen, it's about reducing cognitive resistance. The more familiar something feels, the easier it becomes for people to trust. And Emma Grede appears to understand this extremely well. Because she doesn't simply participate in conversations, she positions herself inside emotionally charged cultural conversations that people feel compelled to respond to. Motherhood, female ambition, work ethic, success, remote working, visibility itself. The discussions around her comments on being a 3-hour mother or women working from home travelled rapidly online because these aren't neutral topics. They touch identity. And identity-based conversations spread further because people emotionally attach themselves to them. Research into social sharing repeatedly shows that emotionally activating ideas travel further than neutral information. Emma Grede repeatedly operates inside that dynamic, which keeps her culturally relevant and continuously visible even among people who disagree with her. And this matters because visibility compounds. The more frequently people encounter someone with incredible or culturally dominant environments, the more authority that person often begins accumulating socially. Not always because audiences have deeply analysed their capability, but because repeated visibility itself starts functioning as social proof. People unconsciously begin asking, why is this person everywhere? Who keeps inviting them into these spaces? What do they understand that others don't? Over time, visibility itself becomes interpreted as evidence of significance. And perhaps that's the nuance many founders still miss. Visibility without substance is fragile, But substance without visibility often remains commercially constrained. The founders who scale most effectively are usually the ones who understand how to combine both strategically. That's what makes visibility powerful. Not as vanity, not as ego, but as familiarity, trust, and distribution at scale. Until next time, stay credible, stay visible, and most importantly, stay recognized.